It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Giants and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
It is a stadium where a different kind of football is more commonly the focus, but today it's all about the NFL as you get a look inside Allianz Arena in the Bavarian city of Munich, Germany.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should...
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers head out for their initial drive, and at the helm is their second-year quarterback now, the number 1 overall pick from 2023, Bryce Young.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
The numbers on the ground last week for Hubbard, 22 carries, 81 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And that one too wide and incomplete. And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis. That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. And they just get the play off. Now Young.
That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The Panthers at 6-3 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just
Delay
that.
Game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
Young now from the 50.
That's to the rookie. It's Jatavian Sanders.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Young.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. They'll try to throw now. Young.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift in momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still third down.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. And back deep for the Giants is Dory Jackson.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Lock. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. In motion, the tight end.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. You look at this Carolina defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
The slot man in motion right.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now here's Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. This 2nd and 4. Young to throw it. Checks this down to Hubbard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Young. Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw, Young. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
It's Young off play action. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Locke.
This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown.
A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Delay of game, offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still second down.
A give, running right, it's Hubbard.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw, Young, and incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Young to throw it. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now, and some kind of score was desperately needed.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Young will set to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's Young from the shotgun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. They'll throw again. Young. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here is Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now 2nd and 3. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Locke to throw. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw it is Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Singletary going to get the handoff. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fighting through and out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So we are at halftime here in Munich in the NFL International Series. As we send you back across the Atlantic to Orlando, as we say Guten Tag to our guys standing by. That's Jonathan Coachman. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense and running back Devin Singletary headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
They go right back to Singletary.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now 3rd down and 7. In motion, Slayton.
Delay of game, offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Block working out of the gun. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jadeveon Clowney drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jones. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Young now.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Throwing, Young. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They look to throw. It's Locke.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
3rd and 4.
Here's Locke.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. They'll toss this right side to Singletary. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Block now to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Gano's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Young.
Young is intercepted for the third time this game.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And we're at the 41, second and 9.
Now Locke. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Throwing now is Locke.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. Now here's Young.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Young to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hubbard. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Block going to throw.
He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside. Quarterback tucks it and keeps it. Quarterback throws the ball.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now Young. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Oh, they come after him, and this is going to wind up a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a 1-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. The New York set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
On the counter, this is Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Shotgun snap to Locke.
That is caught. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Giants on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
The Giants on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. This one is Slayton over the middle.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Singletary here running out of the gun. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to make it a 2-score game. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Young to throw it. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. To throw, Young.
That one complete to Leggett. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Again, it's Young. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Here's Young. And once again, this is Sanders.
Touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A handoff on the option to Singletary.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to run for this with Singletary.
And he is going to have a New York 1st down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Giants, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12.